Greetings everyone, and welcome to this short tutorial on how to navigate the Report Center in QuickBooks Desktop. My name is Kathy Groves-Kurth, and I am a QuickBooks Advanced ProAdvisor in both desktop and online, and I'm also a certified bookkeeper. I'm also an Astudemy author. Hope you enjoyed this session, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, as you can see, we're opened up into our QuickBooks file. We are actually using the sample rock castle construction file for this series of exercises. It is so robust and contains so much stuff, so we're going to use it. As you can see, when we open up our file, it automatically defaults to the My Shortcuts menu in the left icon. We want to go ahead and go to our Run Favorite Reports icon. So let's go ahead and click on it. And right now you don't see anything in there except for the Report Center. But when we start to add favorites, you'll see those in there. So let's go to the Report Center real quick. And as you can see, there's 5 tabs up here. And the first tab is the one that it defaults to. It's the Standard tab. You can search by functional area. And you can also have a carousel view, which is kind of interesting. But mostly we want to default to the list view. You can also have a grid view as well. But it's easier a lot of times to just see it in a grid view. So this is where you get your profit and loss, and then as you scroll down, there's other reports that you can run. But the ones that we're going to work with are the balance sheet and the profit and loss. But before we do that, I want to also go ahead and go to our contributed reports, which is the last tab. And if you have a need and you can't find anything within QuickBooks itself, these are reports that are contributed by users or by Intuit. And you can search either by highly rated or most popular or community created. Let's go ahead and click on the community created. And you can also search those by functional area, or you can actually go under review industry. Like for instance, if you wanted to look up any reports that are good for a church or religious organization, click on that link and those will come up. So as you can see, it's very robust. And then you can also click on any of the areas within the church or religious organization to see what else is in there, such as budgets and forecasts. If you want something in there that you can do those kind of things. So anyway, that's where you can find a lot of those. So anyway, we're going to go back now to our Standard tab, and we're going to go ahead and run under the Company and Financial tab. And as you can see, you have several functional areas here. There's a few on the bottom that are just for the accountant's version, so we won't worry about those. But we're going to go ahead and run a quick profit and loss standard. And right now, we want to do a this fiscal year to date. But as you can see, the default for this one is this month to date. So we're going to go ahead and click on the arrow here and rotate up to where it says fiscal year to date. And as you can see, the dates change, and the year is 2020. So now that we have our date range, and today is actually the 15th of December of 2020, we're going to go ahead and click on Run, and that will display this report. And there you have it. We have our report for the profit and loss for that period. And if you wanted to customize this report, you can actually click on Customize and do a few things, but we're not going to do that in this lesson. We'll deep dive at some other point and work on reports in depth. So now we're going to go to our open windows, because now we can toggle among these different things. And we're going to go back to the Report Center. We're going to scroll down once we get back to the Report Center, and we're going to find that balance sheet. And we're going to go ahead and run that for the same period, this fiscal year to date. and it's already defaulted to that, so we're not going to need to change anything. So we're going to click on Run. And there we go. We've run our balance sheet for this fiscal year to date as of December 15th. And say you wanted to memorize certain settings that you have in a report and use it later. Well, you can do that. There's a button up here called Memorize. So you click on the Memorize button. You name it whatever you want to name it. So we're just going to do this as a sample as of 12/15/2020. We're going to save it in the Memorize report group of Accountant. We're not going to worry about sharing this report template with others. And then we're going to click OK. And you hear that camera clicking. That means it's done what it needs to do. So let's go back to our Report Center now. We can go under our Memorize tab here. And if we did everything correctly, it should show up. So we will look and see. And there we go. Here's the report that we just memorized. Has the same name and everything like that. Now, if you go under the Edit Memorize list, you can see the report right there. You can also go over here to the left-hand side and you can see where various reports were saved under various categories. Well, we decide that we don't need that report anymore, or maybe we are cleaning up our list. So you can do that through here. You can go to the list arrow next to where it says Memorize Report. You can edit, you can do all sorts of things. You can print, you can resort, but we want to go ahead and delete that one because we don't need it anymore. So once we click on delete, and then it asks if you're sure, and then it'll go away. So that's how you memorize a report. And then you go to the Favorites tab. And right now we don't have any reports marked as favorites, but we will in just a minute. So let's go to our recent reports. And right now, as you can see, the only recent reports are the two that we have run today. If you run any reports within, say, 30, 60, 90 days, those will show up over there too. But let's say you use these reports on a constant basis. You don't want to have to keep on trying to find them and stuff like that, but you really don't want to memorize them. You can also add them as a favorite. And it's really simple. All you have to do is to click on the heart here to mark as favorite. Same thing with this one. So remember when we didn't have anything listed in our Run Favorite Reports? We can go over here now to the Run Favorite Report tab, and now we see those two reports are in there. So we can run those now. We can also customize reports if we have a lot of reports to do. To remove those, just simply unmark the favorite, and as you can see, they go away when you do that. But I'm going to go ahead and click that, so I want them to show up in there. So now we have our profit and loss and our balance sheet standard in there. So when we go back to our open windows, we can actually click on those and get rid of and rerun those at some point. You may have to customize them if you want to, but at least now, if you're in the Report Center, and we'll go back to Run Favorite Reports, you can see that those two reports are in there. That's all I've got. So hopefully that helped you a little bit understand how to navigate the Report Center. So check back with us. We'll be adding new content all the time. Looking forward to seeing you again.